He goes Midas, he goes Ags. Suddenly the multiple saves come out in the fight for RP and Static Storm. It's going to chunk through the cores without BKB. Pretty obnoxious pick.
Yeah, fits that style, fits that long range, sort of gives you that damage, that scale, so you aren't all in on this Naga who's playing into Magnus, who's playing in the Ember and the Monkey powered. I think it helps their lineup a lot.
Yeah, it's also decent against Disruptor. I'm gonna go with Secret on this one still. I think they have a really solid lineup. I think Tundra has to play a very concept style of game. Like it is their view of Dota, and they have to really make it work this game. But I think Secret has a easier understanding of how they're gonna play this game. They can just brawl. Tundra has to be very smart about which fights they take.
Remaining.
Yeah, I mean, ease of execution is definitely on side. As the game progresses, this Ember and Monkey with Empower, your Brood Mother impact starts to dip a little bit, and Naga Illusions start dying. Suddenly you don't have this vision advantage anymore, and you're just terrified of this RP all the time when ODU can't hit, you're just wait.
So you're both favoring Secret right now, right?
I'm favoring Secret.
I think so, yeah.
Avery, last one on the panel, and I'll just remind everybody, 100% win rate, 9 OD. There have only been 4 games, 3 of them have been Tundra. They've won all of them.
Well, you're convincing me with every stat you throw.
You gonna stick with the stats, Avery?
I think Tundra might take this just because this type of playstyle with the lane shove being super obnoxious on the map, so many summons, so many illusions. You lose one hero, your map starts to crumble. It's so annoying in a game 1 scenario. I think that's when you're the least mentally prepared for it. Like, you think you're gonna deal with it, but then you get halfway through and you're like, well, too many things on the map right now, you know?
And this exactly harkens back to what we said at the start. This is a clash of styles, right? You guys said that Tundra has a very set style. Secret, they need to find a way to counter it. This draft pretty much spells that out, right?
Yep, yeah, very much so. I think this is exactly the type of lineup you want. Grid against Tundra.
All right, Fly, any last thoughts? I mean, what do we need to see from the side of Tundra?
I think Tundra has to do well in their lanes, especially when you got to counterpick their lanes. If their lanes go well, they can slow down the grouping up tempo of Secret.
I'll cut him off.
They're good to go.
All right, Avery, and the side of Secret?
Don't feed too many kills around the map. Make sure when you take the fights, you drop the hammer on the OD instead of the other way around, and you get the big RP with your BKB timings. Secure Roshan. Make sure you fight around good areas with your vision. Don't get outclassed by that Mirana ulti.
All right, everybody, I know you want to be able to see Secret versus Tundra, but of course, we got to be able to check in with our favorite man on stage. It's your Action Slacks with the coach interview.
"30 seconds to battle."
My keyboard is not working. My keyboard is not working. My keyboard is not working. My keyboard is not working.
You're not afraid of spiders, are you?
Thank you, Slacks. That's right, it's Cap and Avery in case you forgot, Slacks. But here we are. We got to pause just to be able to catch things up because we did have this situation where we had the teams kind of walking around while this coach interview was happening. Fortunately, we got this pause. Avery, we were talking about it before this game started. What was the storyline to this upper bracket finals? And for me, you actually said something that I thought was very fitting. You reminded me that Tundra was once upon a time 1 series away from being able to go to TI 10. They barely missed out on that one.
Very true.
Second chance for them, right? And being able to be here at TI 11, and they've made the most of that chance. They've gone very far through the tournament so far. And Secret, of course, everybody knows about that. There's a huge second chance right there. They had to go through the last chance qualifier. That's the ultimate second chance right there.
That's all you get. After that, there was no other opportunity. They've made the most of it, right? I mean, these two teams, second chances, they still have one in the bag, too. Upper bracket. Makes you feel a little bit more comfortable when you know, hey, if things go wrong, we're still in it.
Yep.
That said, I don't think either of these teams wants to drop down, and they definitely don't want to lose the dominance in terms of the meta, right? Both these teams are trying to define what's going to get them to the finals. If you get there with that definition in place, it gives you a bit of an advantage going into those early games, because now you're saying, hey, no one has broken what we're doing.
Yep.
And especially for Tundra, who I feel like has just had one of the more unique styles this tournament. Banking off the zoo, banking off the lane shove. Or who else is playing the mid heroes that 9 is playing at this event? Nobody else. I'll answer it for you. This is a team that really wants to keep that momentum going and not have people kind of break that strategy and make them second guess, hey, are these things as strong as we think? Because like I always said, right now, they're just playing what feels good.
I was telling Bruno backstage, I was like, I feel like this game, this series could be just like just a stomp of a 2-0. I don't know which side it's going to be, but I feel like it's definitely two different ideas matching up against each other, and somebody's going to walk away right, and somebody is going to be a little lost mid-series in figuring out what to do.
Definitely possible. This is a make or break situation, and Puppy, the all-time experienced captain, he has made or broken a lot of teams. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go that way. That said, early laning phase, another situation where you have to play versus Tundra offlane, one of the most annoying offlanes in the game. You're always pulling waves, always disrupting the equilibrium. Never seems like you get that 2v2, so Puppy's already doing a little shenanigans with Soxa down here, chasing him down, trying to meet the waves. Of course, this will give solo XP to the other two, but
It's not working.
Soxa does not want to run through mid.
And this is kind of what Puppy was talking about when he was saying that they're just kind of like, I like to refer to Tundra, I'm not sure if I would call them dirty cheaters, but I would say dirty and nerdy. That's the combo that I think of when I'm like, what is Tundra? What makes them dirty and nerdy, man? These guys are the guys who break down the game to a science. They know every little mechanical interaction. They know every little dirty thing you can do in lane in order to swing a bad matchup, and you're seeing it right here. And Secret, they also know that, and they have come up with a plan to be able to deal with that. Puppy's trying to, as you said, meet the pulls together.
I mean, you can call it dirty and nerdy. I don't know. If you're in top 3, I call it just good Dota.
Yeah, that's a good.
Figure out the mechanics, abuse them better than your opponent. One of these things that these guys do the best. Meanwhile, Secret, they're going to have to play with that double melee offlane. So Skeeter's going to have a really good early game. Very nice timing plus Naga. He's playing into Mags. You have to keep in mind this Tundra lineup, they have a couple save mechanics built in versus the big AoE teamfight that Secret's trying to push down later, right? You have to sleep to counter-initiate. You have to Astrals to counter-initiate. It's a lot of time you can waste for this BKB duration that at some point Crystallis might end up going here and trying to take the Roche fights with. Already queuing up Maelstrom, so the more you can deal with the lanes for your supports, the better off Secret's going to feel in this game.
I also feel like the damage on Secret isn't like the fastest in the world. You know, like I could see a very real scenario where Crystallis maybe give it a first blood, not quite. But just the damage could just be a little bit slow. There goes that save, there goes the song, and you're going to reset.
Secret, when they choose a target in this game and they choose to go on it, you have to commit, and you have to commit hard. You also have to get out of these lanes. Like, we've seen this Brood just destroy some of these side lanes. 33's having a pretty good time. He has not had to invest a huge amount in regen. Normally, these super early waves of where struggle, especially in these core matchups, like Monkey, that tend to abuse him.
Oh, 9!
He's got a fairy fire.
Just as we showed the stat there of how successful OD has been at TI, and specifically, there it is, the 9 OD. The only other team to try out this hero was Team Spirit, who ran it in the offlane with Collapse. Didn't quite work out for them. It is interesting, though. It's the first time they're going to be playing dire side OT. Wonder how much that changes. TP mid. Yeah, an early rotation that's going to catch 9, perhaps. Oh, no, he ended up on the wrong side of the cliff. 9. I don't know if that was intentional or what. Maybe it was just good old-fashioned luck, but close enough to the cliff there that it puts Science on the wrong side.
Too bad.
Nice little move. He'll sure it up. Still at fairy fire. I'm not sure he goes down. There's just not a huge amount of mana in the tank for Nisha there either way, but I think they're happy to get out of this lane in a pretty good position. Snaking. He has Courier. Not too happy about that one.
Radiant's bottom
even
tower
worse.
is under attack.
Our Ember Spirit
My keyboard is not working.
did not actually get a chance to refill its bottles, so talking about being low on mana.
Snaking only gets worse.
Looks like Snaking Itch is going to fall. Resolution. It's way too hard with the 2-2-0 build he's got going on.
Yeah, this is the buff the Shockwave, right? This Mag hero is pretty strong on lane. Like, he's just chilling here with the ring. Outside of Mirana Nagas, you can't pressure super early. So Rezo's just having the time of his life up here. Even CS with Skeeter, first blood gold on top. Even more unstoppable. And him having a good game is really nice, because he has the most flexible item choices to some degree. He can go more early utility. He can go the Vanguard, Arcane Boots, Mech. Some of these early items can help them skirmish, accelerate the tempo. And at the same time, he's going to scale to the 2-4s.
It's a little bit too far forward. Crystal's going to come in, trying to help his buddy out here, but it's not going to be enough. Too much damage from 33 from Soxa. It's, I believe Puppy thought he was doing a little bit of pulling. 33 is going to take some damage in return. He can jump into the trees and make a go for it. As you can see, Soxa was even trying to cut down trees to make sure Crystallis gets caught. But ultimately, feels like just pushing the Broodmother out of lane is good enough for him.
Honestly, giving Monkey some solo XP might not be the worst. I don't think Puppy wanted to stay on here too much longer.
That was a close call. You see that 9 tried to stop Nisha from being able to pass over the bottle over to the Disruptor. But it did go off and it did get that refill.
Every little thing on the main stage adds up. Puppy's lingering around here, maybe trying to secure the vision for this 6-minute rune. They would really like it to go the Ember's way. Since this OD, of course, not one of the bottle mids. This gives an opening for Nisha to really get these 6-8-minute runes, power up on the map. If it's haste or double damage, he's going to be in heaven.
He's got 3 mangoes at the bank right now, and he just needs 1 creep to die, and he'll have level 6. And that's where that kill power in the OD, especially as he's been ramping up all those imprisonments. So this is a dangerous situation. There's 3 collapsing cut over. That 1 creep, it's going to die right now. He's going to get his level 6. Now they've got the ultimate to drop it if they want to, and there it goes. They kill the Ember Spirit. Now look to be able to chase down Puppy as well. Puppy, with a spiteful last breath, kills the Arcane Rune before he does die, but a successful rotation by Tundra, picking up 2.
Testing that 6-minute rune, getting the level advantage on OD. Those little lane things matter. And 9 will drop that first hammer, cement his fate. No rune for Nisha. That was one he really would have wanted. We can also see like some of this minor synergy. You're gonna have to care about the Astrals a lot more in this game because every Astral means a free arrow for Snake. In the fights and the skirmishes in the river, we didn't really talk about this OD bottom combo, but it's a classic for a reason.
We end this today!
Uh-oh, Chrysalis. He go a little bit too far forward here. He's trying to get the Jingu stacks up and then be able to swap over, hit the big swing that gets him back up the pole, and it's 33. Who thought they could challenge the Monkey King? Step to the king, Avery, you best not miss.
Damn straight. That almost pushed him to level 6, so Saul's having a pretty good time down here in this bottom lane. Like, he is really taking it to the Brood, which is exactly what you want to do. You need to slow down this Brood's level 6 timing as much as possible, because that's when he can start to ignore your core matchup, get into the jungle, cut waves, accelerate the farm, get into that Wraith Pack pipe or whatever utility he wants to go. That's what unlocks Tundra's 5-man team fight. And all that gets slowed down because your Monkey King is killing the Brood early. It means your time to get to this Maggot power ramps up considerably. So Secret, I feel like they're having a pretty good time on lanes here. This is probably in the upper band of what you would expect or hope for, especially from a Mag lineup.
Talking of that Mag, when you were talking about, okay, more time for the Empower to kick in for the Monkey King and the Ember Spirit, do you think that also means that they feel very comfortable going like pretty far into the late game against the Naga Siren because they have these big steroids coming in? Bottom lane, 33. He's going to be kept in place. Not long enough, though, for the Monkey King to get those stacks.
I mean, I think you're always confident going late game with a triple melee core Mag lineup. Like we said, Tundra does have some of the same utility to play around with it. Nisha
tossed over, jumps over to his remnant, didn't have enough mana for that one.
That's a DD. They can skirmish around mid.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
damage coming in.
Max Slight.
It's dangerous though. The imprisonment, the self-save of the tower. They get one last hit. He's gonna go for it, Nisha. He wants his kill.
1 second for Slight.
Far enough away, it's out of range, and now they've got the toss up in the air. Oh, into the snowball pickup, dodges the arrow nicely. They are going to be able to get another round Slight. Look at 9. He's creeping in on the side. He's going to come in at the last second to be able to bail out Soxa and get the kill on his Zayat.
Tundra bringing the numbers again to shut down this Ember's momentum. That's a huge rune. We can see the damage coming through. And of course, the whole time that flies out, 9 gets to complete his Midas. Already proccing it. This is the build he is favored on this hero the whole tournament. Midas into that Axe Rush. It's gonna be extra attack speed and extra item progression for him. Arrows and
arrow. Ooh,
little early.
Range creep first.
A gift from the
Gold team's really trying to play around these mids.
Oh, goodness. Look at that stack. Rezo is gonna be huge. No stacks on the side of Tundra, so this is gonna be, they're already up a bit in net worth. That'll continue with stacks like these.
And 33 just has to walk out of base here. He's choosing to save his TP. I guess they're going to send him mid. He's tired of going against this Monkey Disruptor kill combo. At the same time, he can't really go against Mag. I don't think he feels great just sitting up there potentially feeding Spiders playing into Vanguard. 33 a little lost this early game. This has been one of the rougher starts for him I feel like I've seen all tournament.
Yeah,
he's jungling with Insatiable. This is not the route of progression you want for your offlane Brood here. Trying to get to level 6.
No, you're supposed to get, you're supposed to get 6 in lane, and then, you know, you just are able to, even if your lane is hard, you could still jungle so much faster. In fact, he has to fly. Ugh. That's going to feel terrible for him.
It also pushes Soxa more towards these mid skirmishes, which again, we're seeing 10-minute rune. Might play into trouble. That's how much Secret commits.
Snowball afterwards should be able to keep him playing. Zero sneaks in from the side. Oh, actually tosses over Science at last second. Come off, but is going to be caught by the imprisonment. Probably surrounded here. I don't think Secret can do too much to stop this one. Indeed does fall 9 with a killing spree already.
Radiant's turret has been killed.
Secret's got to be happy about both their side laners just getting full farm and solo
Dire's
XP though.
top tower
Like sure,
is
you're
under
winning some of
attack.
these mid skirmishes a little bit. You're contesting the runes. Ember, he's getting his economy drained a bit. He has some power to catch up. Renzo and Crystallis just having a free for all in the first 10 minutes here. And like you said, they are gonna be big.
It's kind of interesting. Redzo, I feel like he's had two different modes this TI, one of which has been like this carry style offlaner who he just is like picking up second most net worth on Team Secret, is just absolutely destroying in the mid to late game. The other mode is where he's just running around with Science nonstop. They're just constantly looking for kills. It's definitely going to be the former one. Renzo's just going to take a lot more time farming in this game.
Play carry mag to a degree. He did opt for the Vanguard, will go blink. It is a
Radiant
tri-carry
structures
lineup.
are
They're
fortified.
fine going moderately late here, no matter what. Quick smoke from Secret, trying to activate the Strengthless Magnus with the catapult. Push this Tiny out of here. They don't want to let Tundra just sit up here and leech XP, especially when nobody can defend this tower on their own.
If they successfully kill this Tiny cleanly, they can go ahead, take the tower, get a decent bit of map
Dire's
control,
top
especially
tower
since
is
Crystallis
under
is still
attack.
able to hold his safe lane, no problem. Tundra just really hasn't been able to activate around that.
Dire's
Yeah, I mean, you have to
structures
double
are
man smoke
fortified.
yourself, which is exactly what Tundra is doing.
Found him. Shards, Shockwave, and Saxo. Well, all you can really do is delay the inevitable at this point in time. There is going to be the rotation to bottom, so now we are seeing that activation to the other side of the map. Question is,
Crystallis should read
Dire's
this though,
top
right?
tower
is
You
under
know no one's
attack.
defending top. This Naga's sending illusions mid.
it's so greedy to try and hold your safe lane tower like that one. The arrow's going to come around, but he was already on the trees. An interesting interaction where midway through the air, he got hit by the imprisonment,
Dire's top
but
tower has fallen.
managed to land on the trees anyway, and the arrow was off the mark as a result.
I mean, what is an astral prison to a king?
That's true.
He does not care about your physics.
To have this.
And that's a huge gank dodge, because that kill is the kill that's going to convert on this tier 1, right? Now he can stay down here, he can play in the trees. Secret can have
Dire's
teleports
top
up to
tower
take the
is
fight if they
under
want to.
attack.
Especially with Ember, the mobility on the map. Secret's invading your jungle. This lead can build a decent amount here in the next minutes if Secret make like one more good move. Meanwhile, Puppy's just been soaking the levels mid. I mean, he's 6.5 with Arcane Boots. He is farming up a storm, as Puppy likes to do.
That is true. He's had a very long career, and most of it has been playing sort of a greedier style 5 position.
Denied.
Because he's still, like, you know, you talk about, like, the captains, the old dogs who play 5 positions still. There's so much talk about, like, oh, well, the strategy and drafting they do. But Puppy, when it just comes down to the play, he's still got it, man. He is still one of the best 5 positions
Radiant's
from a
middle
mechanical
tower is
perspective.
under attack.
Oh, absolutely. He's also one of the best at killing creeps.
Yeah, that's a mechanic of sorts. In-base Moonlight Shadow, they're going to be able to set up the taunt and arrow combination that catches Nisha looking around in that dire jungle. Tundra reclaimed that bit of real estate. While they're also simultaneously taking the mid tower. Maybe not right now, but the spiders, they'll eventually do their duty and bring it down. So
This is the downside of Secret support duo. They do not deal with the broodlings. So 33 can have his way in terms of cutting waves, pressuring buildings, forcing Secret cores to split up. And that's where those moves
Dire's
from Tundra
bottom
with
tower
Moonlight
is
Shadow
under
or the vision they
attack.
have on the map from Naga makes it a lot easier for those to work. This is where Secret have to choose how they play the map, and they have to choose it carefully. They have more anchor points like this Monkey or Mag they feel are strong.
just move up, blink reveal, skewer back, small little distance. They do hit a nice combo on the Science here, but they might be able to catch both here. Beautiful static storm, the chains on top. Snaking's gonna get run down. Saxa does get bailed out though by 9. He hits pretty hard. They don't want to play around him. They want to finish off that support, and they do claim it. 33 was kind of hovering around here, isn't able to do much considering lack of farm that he has. Doesn't really have an item to play with just yet, which is going to be that Wraith Pack build.
Ended up claiming that tier 1 mid with the broodlings on the back end.
That's
And
nice.
steals the
Dire's
rune from
middle
Nisha,
tower
so
is
getting a
under
little
attack.
extra damage in. Of course, that was the Mag blink reveal. Maybe not the best target Secret wanted there. They would have really liked to just RP this OD
Dire's
and
bottom
take the fight
tower
without
is
that
under
save.
attack.
That's going to be a big consideration as well, right? When a Rezo blinks in, you have to keep track of the Astrals. You have to keep track of this Nagasol. If you get turned around on, all of a sudden, maybe your static storm is gone. Maybe you expended some remnants in that RP. Fight's looking a little worse, right? Wukong as well. There's a lot of static spells that Secret can drop in these team fights. It gets reset. You have to rethink matters a lot. So when Rezo wants to fight, kind of the big key here for Secret.
Oh, nice sidestep there. Instantly read the where a ward was going to be, and he actually picks up the last hit before Snaking can get the deny.
Secret baiting this bottom. Rezo pre-TPing. Stalls might get aggressive here. He has Maelstrom online already.
Onto the first follow-up snowball, just 100 to 0, nice and easy. And now Tundra, this little push that they were looking for, it's immediately denied.
Secret is doing a very nice job of holding their map. They're not building a huge advantage, but it's hard to do versus Naga Brood, who are just going to excavate the lanes no matter what.
Yeah.
The one advantage they're building is some of this XP, right? You look at Rezo, he's level 12. Compared to some of the Tundra cores, Skeeter's just got 10. The Brood was suffering for a while, it's still only 9.5. So Secret does have a decent level advantage here, especially on their Monkey and on their Magnus. Here's another smoke, looking to use Magnus' strength right now. Convert it into some map control.
Cleared out that bottom right-hand side of the map. Now they're going to sweep through the map
Radiant's
and try
top tower
and
is
catch
under
somebody
attack.
the very opposite end. The problem is, this Naga Siren's pushing in so aggressively. It's no heroes
hard
are
to
showing
catch.
on the map. Tundra's just playing safe.
This is going to be the name of the
Radiant's
game.
top tower
Like,
is
if you can
under
get these
attack.
smokes to land, they're crazy valuable, but good luck, right? How are you ever going to catch anything in this map when Tundra can always just force you to show? Now you showed Rezo back on his own. Here's the setup.
Into arrow, snaking perfectly on point there, and before the mag even wakes up
Radiant's
from that
bottom
stun,
tower is under
he
attack.
is dead. Also look for that, we've got a Blink Dagger Tiny now on the loose, the side of Tundra, so this just increases the kill power when they do split Secret up, when they do force them to show on these side lanes. This individual kill power of Tiny and Mirana, or the OD Mirana, whatever it is, it's going to be scary, especially for Crystallis, who keeps on trying to hold this safe lane and doing so successfully, honestly. I mean, he's known as a Monkey King expert, and he's showing why. The fact that he's been so wily, staying away from Tundra the entire time.
Gonna have to tank the smoke.
The Coyote might have just finally... Oh, that rotation was close. Crystallis, once again, hypes away to the trees.
So that Blink Tiny here. Also, Blink can eat his tree. Do that boundless.
Catch snaking. Thinking about the Wukong's command. Now, this is a little bit of a stretch. Crystallis really trying hard for this one. The rest of his team not quite there. Snaking is going to be caught. No leaps in hand. And they do get the glimpse backwards here with a snowball on top of that one. Two pickups. Very valuable for Secret. Those are two big killers on the map. So now Secret, they could split up probably pretty aggressively here and try and push in the waves.
That was the one spot Secret wanted to bring everybody because it's where all their vision is. They don't have much vision on any of this top portion where Skeeter has just been constantly
Dire's
pushing his
bottom
lane,
tower is
stealing
under
triangle farm, 33's in their jungle, scouting out with broodlings. The vision is always going to be a constant battle for Secret, so they really have to maximize what they get out of it. And that just means bringing the numbers. Every time you bring the numbers and Tundra get out without losses, they're super happy. They lose a couple of heroes there, it means they'll probably lose the objective. Secret gets the most out of that play, and it's going to push this Monkey King up to BKB, 200 gold. It's a very big item for him. It means he can commit in the fight. Your Astrals don't control him as much anymore. You can't just arrow him.
It's also great for
There's an
split
August
pushing,
on.
right? Like, he can deal with the split pushing because now if he gets imprisonment,
Yes.
okay, I'm just going to pop BKB if they try and arrow me. So,
Every item that helps him stay out on the map independently is going to be amazing for Secret here. It's going to be Ags done on Outworld Devour, I believe. So this is a big power spike for Tundra. They also have Orchid on this Naga.
The rune of
They're
regeneration.
not ready. If you get Orchided out on one of these cores, Isha is not close to BKB. He's still 1,000 off. Tundra really want a big core kill into Roshan here.
oh yeah,
Radiant's
getting a
middle
pick off
tower
on
is
Nisha would
under
definitely
attack.
be the most amazing
Radiant are
opportunity
scanning.
for Tundra.
I mean, look at the Secret group though.
Yeah, the Spider crawling all over the map. This is one of the advantages of the Broodmother. You feed away a little bit of gold and experience, but what you gain out of it, the vision, what you see, that information is very much worth the exchange.
And sometimes what you don't see, that scan clipped them on Roche, so Secret thinks they're roaching right now.
Is under attack.
Nobody's home.
Yeah, it's gonna break. Snaking. Is he gonna be able to leap away successfully in time? All 3 leap charges used to get out of town. Resolution not gonna be able to find that opening with Blink Dagger. So
Secret's going to think about this tier 1 mid, and they're also going to think about Roche here. Remember, their Roche teamfight is absolutely insane, as long as you don't get Song.
that is a very good point. They've got all this good AoE, like area control team fight between the Static Storm,
Radiant's top
the
tower
RP,
is
and
under
Wukong's
attack.
command, but it all
Dire's
goes
middle
away if you
tower
get
is
songed at the
under
wrong
attack.
time.
But I feel like you man up for it here if you have the Ember BKB.
Yeah,
They're
Radiant's
200
bottom
off this.
tower is under attack.
Might be why they're hesitating a little. I think if you had that BKB plus the Monkey BKB, that contest is just not there for Tundra. You just BKB up near the end of Roche. Forgo any type of Song contest, and you're super happy committing for this objective. He's gonna go bottom, try and deal with the split push. Always gonna be a nuisance. Deny?
Radiant's bottom tower
Take it as well.
very nicely
denied.
played, but does he get out?
Mirana ults.
Oh, here it comes.
Orchid as well.
He has an illusion root, so
does.
they know about this. They can't just Orchid him straight up. They've got to be able to find a way for him to be able to pop that and then catch him afterwards. But Nisha, he held and held and held. He's like, I'm not popping this. I bet the only reason he went to that bottom lane was because of that power root.
Definitely that deep, yeah. He would have been out of there way sooner if he didn't have that. Saves his life from the shadows, quite literally. And that'll push him to his BKB. I think Secret is now a lot more confident to force Roshan, and as we see straight into the pit, they have Max tag team out on this Tuskar, so this is going to drop pretty fast. Tundra do have an option to contest here. Remember, they have pretty much everything up, and they have this Wraith Pact on Brood. But it's going to be a little too hard to push through this middle lane. It'll be an objective for Secret and a big one.
Wow. Very surprised they're giving this up. The Naga Siren on their team. But at the same time, if they contested and lost, I feel like that would be the beginning of a Secret would just take a huge lead at that point. Right? You would get map control. Absolute disaster.
Yeah, I just think it's not even a favorable fight for them right now. Fair. Like at the point where both those cores get BKB off, now you have to fight into Wukong, you have to fight into an RP. Rezo can stay super far back. He went 4-staff blink. So his catch range and initiation range went up a lot. This 4-staff can also help save people from an arrow combo, right? As long as they're facing the right way, force them a little deeper, it forces Tundra to commit with you. That sets up for your AoE turnaround a lot. This is the part where I feel like Secret's a lot stronger as long as they can connect and connects.
Cut across the map. Does manage to get the tiny here. 3-man avalanche is going to buy him a bit more time. Actually gets the other side of the shark there. It's going to be the snowball that chases him down. So they're only going to get the one.
Yeah, nice
which
little
Tundra is probably accepting of a smoke for a forward position.
They'll take it. You have to think about how much of the map you're giving up here.
That's true.
Again, your Naga and Brood can like split push these lanes out, but you're losing on the XP advantage every time you make this trade. You have to win that fight. And the more of those you give up, the harder that XP hill is to climb. I'm serious, look at these levels. You have level 11, level 12 cores compared to level 14 or 15. It's already a significant gap. That means another level of talents, some more goal on the map.
Do you feel like that's something that is more valuable than it has been in previous matches? Because nice catch there. Just found what a beautiful skewer. Saxa was looking for a toss back there, couldn't quite get it, and looks like they're just going to be maybe not. Nine walking out the Wukong Smith. He gets clipped back though, and now he dies. Now they actually get the slight change onto 33 as well with a double BKB pop and the static storm on top of that. That was going to be 2 cores dead on the side of Tundra. Nisha. The last remnant is a BKB, posting for even more heroes, but Saxa said, you want me to me? I did. Doesn't quite finish him. The snowball save gets him away. A skewer back, almost catches Snake King, but he managed to leap out. Glimpse doesn't pull him back far enough either, so Saxa daring to dive in like that was a bold move. Almost got the kill on Science, but instead ends in his own queue.
More advantage going Secret's way in these 5-on-5s. Just doesn't feel like Tundra can take the full mana fight. Of course, Odie getting caught is worst case scenario, right? Anytime they can displace him, take the fight around the fact that Odie has to Astral himself, they're going to be super happy to do so. And of course, that Glimpse, you got to think about it here. Like, this is a very powerful tool in this game to just keep Tundra heroes where Secret wants them. You can save your buddy, but what happens after the saves are gone?
Yeah. I mean, it's such a great, like, Whitmore kind of spell, right?
Yep.
They win this initial part of the engagement where they get 9 out of the way. And once it's forced, Tundra is like, we can't fight back, we have to retreat. That Glimpse becomes probably one of the best support tools in the game.
And I really like how Secret's itemized this game. Like, they are not being too greedy on a lot of their heroes. Rezo went the Vanguard 4-staff so he can bail somebody out.
Okay.
Puppy's just going to Lotus. That's going to help deal with the Naga Orchid and the Net for Ember, right? This is an item built for the Ember Spirit to help Nisha in the fight. And of course, you have Tuskar who now gets his Blink, so you have Blink Snowball save online as well. Those are 3 really powerful tools for Secret to reset those arrow combos. If the arrow combos aren't landing, your next best bet is these tossbacks. Try and displace the fight yourself, right? Throw people into the OD hits, into the Naga illusions, abuse the vision to a maximum.
Sounds like right now the supports have to do a lot of heavy lifting on the side of Tundra, and even then can be countered. See what they can do though. Tundra are going to go for a 5-man smoke. This is
Does
I
your
feel like
Naga
we
hard?
haven't seen them do this in maybe the whole game.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, they will. They're going to toss him over the side here into the Orchid. Now, Puppy shows up. He actually going into this one. The Static Storm goes down. The Wukong's man on top of that one. They're going to change with the stun from Chrysalis. Make sure that the Mirana can't get away. Actually, pretty good save. The 5 position is going to come back, the statues and the slides. Make sure he stays down.
Another toss back here if Tundra want to think about it. Oh, Rezo is going to displace him first, though.
Yeah, there goes the toss over the side. So both repositioning spells being used here. But an RP locking down the two of them. The OD ultimate was dropping on BKB. Misha, they're going to fight it out with Crystallis. The song isn't going to be enough for Skeeter unless, there it is, the imprisonment with the song on top of that one now with the BKBs failing out. Can Secret continue this fight or Tundra? Are they going to be able to be the ones to catch over hero after hero? A glimpse back, not going to do enough though. As it's going to be Nisha caught by the Orchid. Drained of everything he has, including his life. They may have had the Aegis on Team Secret, but it's Tundra who come out the victors in that well-played team fight.
Oh, these long team fights are going to be Secret's bane in this game because these Astrals add up. They're just out of mana by the time that fight is done. You look at that Ember's mana pool and the death pool, it's 580. You got nothing left to do anything by the time this fight progresses past that song. Just an awkward initiation too, right? Both Secret supports pretty much taken out at the start to some degree. Puppy has to draw a full kit. Just look how much this Mirana death gets stalled. Wasn't snaking by, but now we're getting more arrow.
Static Storm trying to protect him, but it looks like with the imprisonment, it's probably going to be enough now. Zox's life is going to get traded out 1-for-1, but they do have the ensnare on the Monkey King here. He doesn't have his BKB, not for another 20 seconds. He's in big time trouble. They do manage to get the skewer back on to 9, but without the Monkey King, do they have anything to take advantage of this one? They do have the Ember Spirit coming in high. 9, he needs to get out of here, but the damn kinetic field will lock him in place. Needs to go to the kill, and Nietzsche will claim it. Shockwave managed to finish him up the end. Now with the BKB, he's going to challenge Skeeter. Doesn't really have the damage against the Naga Siren, so we won't find a secondary kill during that BKB timing. They did cost Secret a buyback there from the Disruptor.
Expensive. You can see how chaotic these fights can become very fast for Secret. They want to take the more organized 5-on-5 engagements where they get their big spells off and kill a core. The second these Astrals starts coming out, Lotus Astrals, arrows flying through on top of summons, on top of illusions, on top of broodlings. It's too much gunk to keep track of. And
Yep.
at that point, especially if your BKBs are out, the fight just becomes a nightmare.
I like this pickup. Staking, grabbing the gem. Now that Tundra have kind of gotten back some of that map control away from Secret, they can start taking down some of these wards. Map goes dark for Secret. It becomes even harder to deal with these kind of split push lineups, right? When you don't have the vision.
It becomes harder to team fight too. Like, Secret's a bit reliant on the jumps at this point, I think. It's about who they initiate on, how they anchor that engagement. Ideally, it's OD every time.
Getting the game, but it's not dead even anymore. No BKB on the Ember Spirit.
Well done.
Gets caught by the Moonlight Shadow rotation of Tundra.
Hap is just way too hard to play. Secret need to do something to regain some vision control, regain some lane control. Not necessarily going to get easier for them in the next 10 minutes here. Again, there's just so much ghost push happening on the map. You have Naga Illusions cutting top, Rubli's cutting bottom. Tundra can group, Tundra can pick you off and not have to show that much to do it. Another toss back mid on this mag. Getting forced out.
Brisbane reset here. It's going to be a dieback on him. That's why he's kind of dropping everything. Ultimately, you're going to be dead for a solid 60, 70 seconds. Might as well throw all your spells out there.
The same cooldown.
It
No
really
loss.
is.
You are giving some extra mana away.
Radiant's
Pumping up
middle
the OD a
tower
little
is
bit.
under attack.
Picking up a lot of momentum now on the Tundra side, a 4,000 net worth lead, and they're the ones now assaulting buildings. And I think that's such a scary part of these split push lineups. When they start getting on your side of the map, it becomes harder and harder to get it all back, right? You feel like you're
Radiant's
constantly,
middle
oh, now
tower
this
is
lane's
under
being pushed
attack.
in. Now our tier 2 is falling, the tier 3 is exposed.
The Tundra playbook.
Yeah.
This is what you have to be ready for in this tournament. I think Secret's idea is we get this mag lineup, we have a bunch of cores who can shove out the lanes, scale really well, take the late game fights. You can't get there, it's a problem though, and yeah, who's Titan Sliver?
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
who
tower
left that
is under
behind?
attack.
Somebody has a regret in the jungle.
See, we'll check out the Tundra side. Oh, there it is. It was the Tundra. All right, well, that's a freebie for Secret. Oh, look at that.
They don't want it.
Or maybe don't look at that.
They don't want any handouts,
Radiant's
Cap.
top tower is under
Want to win
attack.
this game fair and square.
That's damn right.
Radiant
I
are
mean, the alpha
scanning.
move is you pick that up and you give it back to him.
Radiant's top tower
That's the
is
next
under
level
attack.
play.
Imagine if you win the game. On top
Radiant's
of that,
top
ultimate
tower
mental
is
damage
falling.
being done.
That is something Puppy would do. I want to beat you at full strength.
Next Roshan. That's going to be so crucial, right? I mean, you have gone on this entire... Hey, Rezo finds it in the end. Hey, look, there's the Titan Sliver.
I've never heard such a resounding cheer for a neutral item in my life.
He's gonna pass it over to the Monkey King, so that's a pretty significant not only damage buff, but also the status resistance could be
very nice.
very crucial.
Roche does spawn here, but the biggest question is you need lanes out to be able to deal with it, right? I don't think you can just go in the pit and force it like you did last time if you're Secret. Maybe Tundra sleeping, but I wouldn't bank on it. They always have that sleep up, so you have to find a way to deal with these lanes. It comes down to this Ember
Shadow.
just reading the map super well. There's a limit to that. When you have Moonlight Shadow, when you have all the vision Tundra has,
Yeah.
it's just too much weight for Nisha to do it all. Now you're forced in a position where you gotta win the 5-on-5 clash. Brood doesn't have to force it here either. They do have a Hex on Brood. It's an absolutely nasty item if he gets the initiation with it. Might be something Secret does not expect and does not BKB preemptively for.
They throw an illusion
Radiant's
up into the
bottom
triangle
tower
area,
is under
trying to get some
attack.
information. Secret is smoked up, though. So Tundra, they start moving north. They think, okay, maybe they're up here somewhere. Not actually the case.
Gotta find this OD or you gotta skewer one of these cores back pretty deep. And then just triple
Radiant's
BKB
middle
man up.
tower is under
So you
attack.
think of the state of team fights, it's much easier for Tundra to win, and it's Secret who have this, like, the onus is on them. There's this one play they have to do in order to win a fight.
I think
Radiant's
Tundra's super
bottom
comfortable in this
tower is
game
under
today. I mean, they're
attack.
also dire. They can abuse buybacks on the dire outpost for this Roche fight.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of things going their way right now. It's just so hard for Secret to make a move without Tundra knowing it and without knowing where they're coming from. They also have bailout tools. They can use support buybacks on the front line. They can use the toss back. They can use a force staff. The initiation is not guaranteed to go Secret way. You might just get Hex when you blink it. You might get Astral.
Enough.
You have to worry about them potentially just forcing it as well if you don't have vision. The Glimpse checking the Naga status. It will be real.
Yep. Of course, what you're referencing there is illusions. They do get one shot by Glimpse, so if you hit an illusion, just instantly pops. Problem is, there's so many of them.
Radiant's middle tower
He
is
doesn't mind
under
doing a
attack.
little illusion farming in the meantime. I think Tundra's contemplating whether they want to lead this triangle, but pretty much the only way Secret wins a fight at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just chipping away at the mid-tier 2, there's really no rush to go
Radiant's
into that
middle
draw.
tower
Right?
is
You could
under
just
attack.
force them to bottom eventually.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to force it this game. And so we see Rezo, he's trying to look for anything.
I don't know what mix-up of what place that one was, but he force-staffed and horn tossed, but didn't blink forward.
Soxa, think about blind jumping.
Radiant's middle tower is
Find
under
his way
attack.
through.
He's gonna find Science and toss him back over to the side. He's just either gonna try and take advantage of this. He's gonna get off the snowball. They're going on top of the OD. That's all important, but he has the imprisonment. He's gonna come back into Chrysalis with the stun, but he blinked away just before the stun could have hit. And that is so much of the team fight on the side of Secret. Now, Tundra is gonna continue to retreat though. He's playing the side forward onto the map. His team trying to go forward, but he had an this as well. So he's gonna be okay. And that hammer did absolutely nothing to him, but did almost finish off the taunt. The Ember Spear stuck inside the ensnare with no BKB. He will die, overextending. And now Nine goes in. Team Dota with the OP. They landed exactly what they needed there to turn the fight. Two cores going down to the side, down with a buyback on side. They're gonna finish off Sox, so he gets tossed over. Maybe snaking low, beaten down. Chrysalis versus Skeeter. A one-on-one carry matchup where Skeeter has the health advantage, and he's got the ensnare. He's got the illusion. He drives the Monkey King, and now Nine comes back into play as well for the +1. Rezo for Staff Skewer on
Yes, blink.
away. They're trying to catch him, but Nine so
Radiant's
close to be
middle
able to get
tower
off that
is under
extra
attack.
imprisonment. But the blink goes first. Ultimately, Tundra walk away the victors.
I mean, honestly, it's not the worst outcome considering that Wukong stun completely whiffed on that OD. I thought that fight was going to be way more hard. And of course, you force this OD buyback. So that's a huge deal for Secret here. You're going to lose the Roche, but this Roche was just... I don't think it was in the cards at this point in the game anyway. But you're going to have to kind of wait out this Naga time and go ultra late. So you lose buybacks in a 50-minute plus situation here. That is the key to victory for Secret. And right now, Tundra,
Radiant's
they're
courier
going to have
has
free
been
reign on the
killed.
map. OD buyback, but he gets the Aegis.
So just to make sure I'm understanding this correctly, you think even though they got Roshan on the side of Tundra, the fact that they were already so far ahead, in your head, that team fight was kind of a win for Secret, just the fact that, as you said,
I mean, I'm
you
not
got
going to
the
call
buyback.
it a win. You know? It doesn't
A draw,
feel good.
maybe?
But just considering how that fight started and how hard it is for Secret to find these initiations, when we see here, Tundra's completely reset, right? Yeah. Even on this second go, Rezo just gets insta-hex. His jumps are just very hard. Nisha tries to commit in, but at this point, again, your BKB is gone. You have no backup dispel.
Yeah.
The team fights become near impossible at this point. So the fact you got an OD buyback out of missing a Wukong stun is pretty good in my book.
Yeah, it's fair enough, and it's all thanks to Resolution being able to hit that RP, and perhaps a little overextension there from 9, but ultimately he had the buyback, was able to use it
Radiant's
to
middle
secure
tower is
Roshan,
under
and
attack.
has the Aegis now for the next 4 minutes.
You were talking about that hammer doing nothing. Something I've just been laughing over in this game is Nine's been running around with this Eye of the Vizier.
Yes, the minus 15%
Yes.
max mana. That's how much value he puts on cast range.
He's just playing for the Astros.
Radiant's
I don't need
middle
a high
tower
mana
is
pool,
under
you know?
attack.
I'll make it up with the saves, make it up with the dispels. Of course, you get mana from the Astros, so
I mean, he's probably
It's just
jealous
fun.
of Puppy. Puppy's sitting there
Radiant's
rocking a
bottom
psychic
tower
headband.
has fallen.
very true.
He's like, that's the cast range item that OD really wants.
This is the future of Dota, where ODs lower their own mana pool for the dub. I mean, it's also Tundra's game plan for the fights, right? They don't need to burst somebody, they don't need to take some super short-oriented fight, they just need to play it long.
Radiant's
huge amount of
bottom
rounds of spells
tower
off.
is under attack.
Both the supports getting caught here. Puppy, who's going to be run down. Looks like the Tusk maybe got away. Did. Well, he almost did. Well, Resolution's going to be found. Uh-oh. No, he's got Skew and he's got Aeon Disc. So, let's see how far away he gets here. Is an opportunity for him to be able to blink away during this Aeon Disc, or no? Hit by the arrow. Oh, he still gets it off. And status resistance lasted just long enough. He bogs him and TP's out. What an escape from Rezo. Twice now, the Aeon Disc that he picked up comes in clutch.
Absolutely clutch. Doing a little tree work as well. Never hurt anybody.
Radiant's top tower
That's a lot of
is under
time, and
attack.
every time Seeker buys some time, it means they can get another lane out. Give him some remnant of map control and vision. They're pretty much stuck in the base at this point. Of course, I don't think they have any inclination of fighting this Aegis too much.
No, absolutely not.
And Tundra's caught up in the levels, they caught up in the items. Skeeter is
Radiant's
super
top
far
tower
ahead in this
is
game.
under
30k net worth. Opted for Bloodthorn, Butterfly, and BKB. This is like a man fight build, right?
Yes.
This is a build where he just wants to run in man fight Secret Cores. You're not going to be able to out right click me.
Allies.
Yeah, that Aeon Disc status
barely able to
resist.
get away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Backing live, we have the RP, lands onto the Naga side, but he's showdown tanking. They need to be able to 100% him there, but they've got the imprisonment plus the shard. So he's going to be able to walk it off, all thanks to that Roshan pickup. What a glut here, though. Blocking out a bunch of heroes. They also caught on top of it. Once again, the OD, they're just walking away from this one thanks to that imprisonment save. They jump back over 33, who look to be able to finish off. He has an Aeon Disc, and now the song reset comes in. Tundra, they built up these imprisonments. Nine's in the position. Arrow goes out. BKB from Chrysalis. Takes that one down. Secret on full retreat here. Are they all going to get away from this one? Tundra, do they have anything left? Nisha, he barely got away. Glimpse back, goes around. They have the Lotus Orb to steal the silence. That part is so hard. I love the Lotus Orb from Puppy, but it's so hard for him to be around this Ember Spirit all the time. Toss away. Skipper back at the same time. The slide and jump away from Nisha. Saksa thought he had an opportunity to trade his life for a big core, but Nisha's Ember Spirit is just too elusive.
No more tosses for you. Rezo's getting fed up with these tossbacks, man. He is the ultimate displacer in this game. These fights, they just go long. Gotta save those BKBs. I was surprised Cristal still had his arrow at the end. I thought it was gonna be expelled for sure. Very patient here from Seeker, and of course the tactical retreat. Not losing anybody in all of that?
That's pretty crazy.
Even Puppy was on like 10 or 20 HP there to brew these in the back. Managed just to walk it off. Fluffy hat. Sometimes the 40-minute Fluffy hat comes in pretty handy.
Don't take away. Took it straight from Giants, probably.
These Astrals are going to be a problem. Like, Puppy's building towards Ags, but of course, OD Astral doesn't care too much about the Ags unless you're catching him in it, right?
Yeah. Sure, which you kind of need. So, Skewer didn't have any sons to follow it up. There's the RP. Right for the tier 3 Pathetic Storm on top of that one. The imprisonments once again. The BKB is going to go off from Skeeter, and he gets the song up. Once again, they find this beautiful initiation, but Skeeter's Naga Siren is too tanky. He doesn't die fast. We talked about that problem 30 minutes ago. They do not have the ability to burst down heroes, in which case 9 is always able to take his time getting the imprisonment saves.
They just need more damage in order to convert on these finds, because they're finding them. They found the real Naga multiple times now. Like you said, just not enough damage to kill him. There's going to be an Astral save. There's going to be a Song follow-up. He just walks it off. Initiation's so difficult. Now you're getting turned on. Bloodthorn going to work here. Ready, Diet.
Definitely no shortage of damage on the Tundra side. You have that Bloodthorn.
you've got to be able to check the OD on these other initiations or find him. You have to do both things at once, right?
Yeah.
Finding the Naga, finding the Brood, that's great. But if they can just walk it off every
Prize
time,
is mine.
Tundra's not losing too much on these ghosts. You're heading into very late game territory here.
So who are you assigning, like, who has what duty? Do you assign Rezo, like, you just look for any good initiation, and then what, Chrysalis, you try and jump onto the OD, or what's the play here?
I'm not sure. It's not easy. Depends who thinks they
Oh,
have
nice
damage.
force stab! Cuts the king down from his perch here,
Does have
but
BKB if he can get it off.
he does have BKB, but he may not have an opportunity. Imprisonment at the last second. He's got some regen coming in. He's going to survive through this and get off the
Panic as
BKB.
well.
Throws out the stun. Huge shield with the chain panic.
Fight up.
Now the Wukong's command. The imprisonment once again. The Song of Siren.
Doesn't want to.
He needs to be able to jump out, but they're going to go back in. Do they find him? He's a tree right here. He's right there. He didn't find him. They hit him. He's not going to be able to jump onto the trees. He's still inside the Wukong's command, but Skeeter doesn't care. He's got his illusions. He's got his whole crew. Signing up for duty to bring down the Chrysalis Monkey King, and he's dead for 80 seconds. A huge opportunity now for Tundra to perhaps break open that high ground.
No buyback for 150 gold.
Well, they don't know that, though.
I don't think they have much interest in going high ground. I think they have interest in taking over the map. And even more farmer and their supports who are reaping the biggest benefit out of all this. Hell, Snaking's level 20 on this Mirana basically with full A on this. Even these supports are becoming very difficult to kill.
Avalanche, toss, arrow coming in. No.
Just sending the message.
Just keeping them off. You can't push out these lanes too far. Meanwhile, spiders, illusions, the whole zoo is here to play.
Sox is building an A on disc of his own.
Invisibility.
I don't know how you kill this Tundra backline. It seems impossible. Pretty much have to find a good core, have to find the skewer RP, lock down OD with this static storm. Maybe this disruptor ags is the key to making something happen here.
They're just very calm, clear communication from Tundra. I'm sure they feel very comfortable in this game. I mean, you said it. They felt comfortable like 15 minutes ago. Now with a 19,000 net worth lead and closing in on Secret bit by bit. They are tightening the noose.
You see everything. What's there not to be comfortable with, right? You know where Secret are at all times. You have control over where the fights take place and how the initiations go for the most part. Secret pretty much are only going to get the jump if they smoke out, plant a ward, and just see everything off it. Now you just get Roshan here. Absolutely no contest in the books if you're Secret.
It's going to be Refresher Shard. Do you think they had a preference there? Aghanims or Refresher Shard?
Honestly, maybe a Refresher here. I mean, you already have like dags on the heroes who want it, right? Even this Naga has one, so...
In which case now we can drop double Sandy's Eclipse. I mean, we can get 4 imprisonments pretty easily. I mean,
double hex.
You could hit a 4-man RP on the side of Resolution. It may not do anything if 9's not in it.
It'll do absolutely nothing. He'll just drop the double hammer, double hex. He's gonna turn the fight around again, so you have to find the angle.
Skewer away! Hold on, thinking. Blocked by the kinetic field, actually. The second one gets around it, and on the side, we're gonna see Puppy paying for that kinetic field. Perhaps this fight is going to be able to chase him down, and the hammer gets dropped. 9 turns around and Brisbane refresh. Second support goes down. Rezo looks to try and play forward there, get the skewer back. Meanwhile, we see Nisha. He's forced to bop his BKB, the Bloodthorn. Managed to get that one out of him. They've used kind of everything they have on the side of Secret. They're going to have to full out retreat. They may just have to give up a full lane of barracks.
This game is looking rough. There's just not enough damage in the tank. I think even at this point, if you land everything on this Naga, and he doesn't Astral, doesn't matter. He still has Aegis. He still has the Butterfly Evasion.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Not cutting through enough of this. You need really need
Skewer, though. The skewers are all an opportunity. 9 aim to throws out the imprisonments. They cannot seem to be able to lock down these one heroes because 9 is always there with Field to get the save. They have that buyback, though, on the Disruptor. They need to make it work. Get something here. They can still attack, but again, the actual imprisonments, they keep on going down. And this is still the first line. Doctor was tossed over onto Nisha. He doesn't have BKB. He's caught by the side. And now the song wake him back up. And there's a second side. Wait, in the vulnerability over and over again, but he couldn't get away. He does have a buyback. They're going to try and get the 9
Odie by.
Oh, he comes back. Oh, they cannot afford this Naga's armor to die. Hops him in. Nice dodge there on the stun. Sparrow coming in. Goes wide. He's focusing on resolution. He does not want to get skewered any longer. The BKB is going to wear out soon. They've gotten on top of 9. Well, it's maybe just the touch who's gotten on top of 9. Nisha has the second round of the BKB. There goes the imprisonment. Crystal
Have to get Odie
He's
here.
all off of this one side. Oh, that skewer is off the mark. He blinks away first. And that, without being able to catch 9, so much of their extension here on Secret is being ruined. Again and again, the imprisoment's going down. Nisha throwing out the damage, just made a jump back to his remnant. If they can reset here, ultimately, they still got a buyback out of 9. There is still a buyback on Skeeter, but both 9 and 33 use theirs in a losing game. That is a glimmer of hope, Avery.
That is more than a glimmer. That is like best case scenario. You're fighting Aegis. You're fighting so many saves, so many of these skewers on point for resolution. This is the only reason they're still in this game. It's just dragging them insanely far back with the talent, with the Aether Lens. You can get them real deep. And of course, that's a 3-for-3 buyback situation. I don't even think you're too sad if you're Secret out of this scenario.
Yeah. We saw a whole lot of this guy at TI-10, the Magnus. The hands of collapse now.
Channeling his
Resolution channeling
Radiant's
his
bottom
fellow
tower
countrymen
is under
in
attack.
collapse, trying to show off.
You have to fight these
Skewer
tossbacks
after
as well.
skewer,
And,
man, crazy.
I mean, it's another scenario where your Wukong does absolutely nothing. If anything, Naga's just healing for it. Your Ember's dying to the hexes in the back.
Yeah.
We do see, though, this
Radiant's
Odie, if he
bottom
gets
tower
caught,
is under attack.
if he gets caught, I mean, what a horn toss skewer here.
Yeah,
They got
seriously.
stuck on the static field, but I guess it just gets overridden. If you can find that Odie and take him out, all of a sudden, Tundra have to route. Like, their saves go away. A lot of the chip damage and the glimpses and all of this become way more powerful for Secret. But you have to be able to find him, and that is the trick of this game.
Yeah, like, Secret, they may have gotten the buyback out of them, but I feel like they're not going to be able to take advantage of it. I think they're going to be stuck inside their
Radiant's
base.
bottom
There's no
tower
way they
is
can go
under
for some
attack.
crazy all-in. It just comes down to one team fight sort of play. I think Tundra is just going to lock them out. Just wait for the buybacks to come back up.
That's why I said this game is going to go late. Like Secret's giving up their base easy, and they're ready to defend it. At the same time, Tundra's building damage is very poke-oriented. They can't just force the throne in a buyback situation, right?
Yeah.
That fight does not favor them, especially when you start getting skewered into the fountain. I mean, it's not normal that you're talking about skewering into the fountain for a viable strategy, but at this point, it is something Secret can think about. Like, the ranges on some of these, you have a refresher as well. You can blink RP skewer, refresh, skewer again, RP in the fountain again.
Yeah.
That's one way to help deal with some of these heroes, or separate the fight by such a distance that the Astrals just can't come through.
Level 20 talent in their lens. As you said, the refresher, it's a very real possibility, and if they get the right initiation, maybe they don't even need the fountain anymore, because now they've got an Aghanim Scepter Disruptor, so you hit 9, he's done so. He gets the Static Storm on top of him, he's not going to be able to do anything to stop it. He'll just melt.
If you hit him, beautiful. Even if you don't, you're doing that to make the OD show.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
9 has to think about when he shows in these fights and how he's doing it. If he commits to try and get the save, he opens himself up.
Right.
That's when you get chains into a Static Storm, something like that. And remember, this OD has been playing this whole game without BKB, without a huge amount of defensive items. He's even
That's
gone
true.
Moon Shard. Can't get much more aggressive. You get caught in the Static Storm, you're pretty much done. There is no save to bail you out other than the song. Better pray it's enough.
Actually going to go overwhelming blink.
Why not?
At Arcane Point.
Stronger.
That is literally more strength, yes. Thank you, Avery. Snowball in. Giants being pulled into a nasty scenario where he'll just be avalanche. Now, Chrysalis is out. Oh, look at that. Sasha immediately trying to pounce on the Monkey King to get him off the tree. Still got him in the end. Is he going to be able to get off of BKB? They've got the Lotus Sword to be able to help him out. He pops BKB now, turns Static Storm. There's no real Naga Siren there. They've also caught Puppy in the side. So the two supports will die. Neither one have a buyback at the Skeeter. Woo. Doxa almost catching the Monkey King again. Chrysalis barely managed to jump away.
These retreats from Secret have been on point this game. These are not easy scenarios to get out of, and they have done the correct job at bailing on a lot of these situations. Because messy fights like that, there's absolutely no way you're taking that type of engagement. So you need to get your cores out. You need to get them well. I even feel like sometimes Puppy's just running in to try and take some of the spells, get his cores out of that situation. As long as all 3 Secret cores are alive, they can take a base defense fight.
This. They last showed on the bottom side of the map. So they smoke over to the top side, see if they can get a pick here. Magnus out of position, failing that. Okay, don't find that opening.
BKB on this monkey. Skeeter, he's up the front door. No, there it is.
Being used to be Aeon Disc gets just wiped out. The nullifier completely disrupts that one. They do have a buyback onto Rezo. They're probably gonna have to wait out the supports though. We're almost done here. You want to play Rezo? You gotta be careful. It's BKB, still not back up. They're gonna go to the buyback now. The Magnus needs to be able to bail him out, but there goes the song. Perfect timing. Can they get out of the glimpse range though? Puppy is gonna be able to force that one. The man to dodge for the imprisonment. No, he got the dodge out. Nice illusion dodge there. And the arrow. Now the jammer is being dropped. Almost finishing off the monkey. He turns around. Pause satanic. Gets a little bit of heal. Not very much though. Secret. They got to get back to the fountain.
Radiant's
Any
middle
more glimpses?
barracks are under
No
attack.
more glimpses apparently.
No, he needs to heal. Oh, Zayats, he got songed on the blink in punch. That might be a very different fight if that happens. And of course, some sick Manta dodges from Skeeter this game.
Yeah, very well played by Tundra. Nice reset by them. I mean, they are just playing this like Secret. They're holding on by a thread, and they're playing really well to keep this game still going on. But Tundra, very disciplined. Poking at him, and giving a little bit more resources out of him, a bit more. They're saying this is fine. We love this game state. You're losing range barracks, you're losing melee barracks.
You're losing Magnus buyback?
Yeah, Magnus buyback. Like, you will eventually run out of resources. We are going to drain you dry. Even if that doesn't happen, they still have full control of Roshans. They can still infinitely farm.
But they just keep sending the brood leads in too. Like, you just watch these mini maps. It's just dots of every color going into Secret space, pushing the waves in. It's a very tough spot to be in.
Yeah, even if you did ever push out the lanes a little bit and 5-man smoked out, like, it would be so obvious because the illusions and the spiders are always inside the Secret space.
Game has gone on that OD buyback is up. That 6 or 7 minute window that Secret had to maybe abuse that. No way to capitalize on it. Instead, they had a quick smoke bottom
And break.
actually chained him there.
Actually do find the OD. Moonlight Shadow goes out, and almost seems like Secret's just making a break for trying to kill as many creeps as possible and get back to base in time.
Like his Lanisha. Gonna help him a lot this game. Not get Hex, not get Astral. Be able to come in the fight.
So many spells at the same time.
There's a lot.
So the Bloodthorns, the Sight Devices, the Imprisonment.
And we saw like the Nullifier, right? The Nullifier is a big one because now those Aeon Discs not helping you on the mag. You're gonna purge a lot of this stuff off. It becomes even more obnoxious to jump. Sox has got a full Octarine core. These Tundra supports are so harsh. They are so annoying.
Who's gonna take the Aghanim Scepter? Gonna be the Broodmother. So now, talking about the spiders being in the base, and now you're gonna have these spinner snares just sitting all around. If you ever try and step out of the base, there's probably gonna be like 10 spinner snares you're gonna be running into.
Starting to feel like we're at the point where they need 5 or 6 linkages for the mag. You know, are we at that point again? This man get the skewers off.
They kind of do. They kind of need just that.
Or BKB here, but it's just so far from it.
Setting up, Sansa finds the initiation. 2-man avalanche with the toss back as well. They do manage to get a skewer back into the tier 4. So as long as nobody dies on the side of Secret, it's going to be okay for them. They did use the BKB, and Sansa was walking off with the Aeon Disc, the Forest Staff away. Now the Song of Siren allowing him to get out. So he forced a BKB. I think Chrysalis used his.
How do you kill any of these heroes? I don't know. If you're not killing him in that scenario, I mean, you need Nullifier.
Oh, didn't quite get it. The skewer almost going off the Nullifier. He's going to make that Aeon Disc useless. Oh, he dies. 9 minutes him off. There's going to be a dive back. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 5. Chrysalis in a good position, though. And my goodness. Now it's just exploded at 33. That's the Squad Spider as well. They do a buyback, though. Secret got to be careful as they push out, but they really want to be able to force more. They want to be able to stop these supports. There goes the buyback. Bloodthorns there. Onto the Ember Spear. They need to help them out. But here goes that. They've got the sight. The imprisonment going down. This is maybe the last chance from Secret. It's all up to Chrysalis. He needs to be able to fight through. Skater, he's going to fall once. 9. A dieback on him. They just changed the game for Secret, but Chrysalis, he's not sure if he can go for it. They're going to stick on his Skater instead. Soccer comes in. Lays down a combo. Almost enough to finish on the monkey. And he does die. He goes down. One-on-one against Nisha. Now Zinky joins in the fray. He jumps for Nisha. He must get this kill. He needs it so badly. Another round of slack changes the fight, but the double flank gets in before he dies. He finishes off 9. He gives Secret a small chance. Tundra are gonna go high ground with 4. 2 possible for a hold here from Secret. They're gonna have to be some sort of crazy tier 4 defense, all up to Crystallis and Puppey.
This is one BKB. That's it in the tank. The Puppey buyback.
Static
Storm in 30. He's getting snare, getting illusion. I don't think the Monkey King's stopping this, but he has one last Wukong in the tank.
The most veteran TI captain in Dota history. The newest kid to the block, Crystallis
himself for
holding against 4 of Tundra. The tier 4s are down, the throne is exposed, they gotta get in there soon. He pops the BKB, he starts charging at Tundra, but they just keep their distance. He's gonna blow the Wukong's command, he tries to hold. He needs 15 seconds. Crystallis, can he hold 15 seconds for the Magnus to come back and start getting those skewers?
How long is this Wukong? He's praying for it to be as long as possible.
It needs to be a little bit longer, but he gets tossed out of it, and now Tundra, they will a second round, a refresh, a double stone, a static storm. They're trying to hold, they're trying to get out of that static storm, but are they going to be able to hold this one? The mantle away, Saga Siren out, four step, TV out, and Secret hold. Crystallis and Puppey, they managed to hold somehow, some way. This game will continue.
The refresher on the Monkey. We said that Wukong has to last longer. Well, 2 of them.
That's
was
the
the way
enough.
to do it. Tundra just didn't want to commit for that throne. Choosing to send everything else at it except the core heroes in. At the end of that fight, Skeeter says, I'm out of here, man. I am not going to push the luck and force the buyback.
And you don't get another chance after that one.
Divine Rapier, baby.
Time to go all in. A Divine Rapier for Crystallis. It's the only real way this could end.
I mean, a beautiful setup here from the Boundless in a 2-man Static Storm static field. That's the only way you're killing these heroes, or at least threatening them. So like we said, it was only Crystallis and Puppey. That's all you need sometimes.
That's true.
Now they're looking for more, trying to abuse the window they have. Remember, no buyback here on this Brood for 70. No buyback on this OD if he gets found. Crystallis just running his
I
out.
tried to sneak it. Saksa. He tried to kill a creep wave. He really does not want to let this opportunity for Secret to go high ground while there's still 60 seconds for 33.
This 50 seconds, no Brood. Divine Rapier up on Monkey. No buybacks for Secret. They need this throne, and they need to race it. Tundra's pushing in bottom.
Nisha, if he can just even hold these heroes here while the rest of the team pushes down that mid lane, but they're actually going to come back.
Secret want to take the fight. They do not want to end up in a throne race.
Hit a glimpse. Oh, Puppey.
So much time cost here, but of course, you have an exposed throne on half HP, no glyph. Secret just have no choice in that scenario, have to come back and play the defensive position. You have to imagine if they'd gotten to Tundra's base in that interval.
Oh yeah. What is this?
Now this is absolutely next level.
What did I say? Nerdy and dirty? That's the only way to play it right there, Tundra. That is nerdy and dirty to the best of degree. Pulling the creep wave with his courier, and he keeps it alive too. Goddamn brilliant, Tundra.
He didn't have anything else on the map he could have done that with. With all the gunk on the map. Even the courier is making it hard for Secret to get these lanes out.
That is beautiful stuff.
Just when you thought you had to fight everything, they throw a little bit more your way.
Yep.
That said, Secret, they are smoking up mid. Remember, no buyback on OD Brood. Divine Monkey might just 1 or 2 shot some heroes here. Refresher coming up at 15.
Oh man, a double
good angle.
strike would actually just go shot some heroes.
Glimpse on the
Glimpse first thing, fine, 33, instantly he goes down to 2, 9 with the save though. 9, they've been chased down by the Zone, gets a 4-step away from Stop Standing, locked down the 2 supports, and bam! There they go! There goes one hammer, 9, setting up for a little bit more, gets the reset up and saw. So now with just the cores alive,
they are trying to get out.
Keep their distance and maybe get out fully. Saksa, lucky. That is going to be very bad if he dies here. Another here with no buyback. Again, Secret, they have been down and out this entire game. Anything that resembles parity in this game has got to be a win for Secret. They are just like stuck inside their base for like 90% of the game. And now we've gone to a point where we're kind of even, and there's 60-minute items. Secret can actually get out on the map and pick up these 60-minute items, which are a game changer.
Apex for snaking here. Tundra is definitely going to do some farming and choose who to give it to. Still, you have 100 seconds, no Tiny, 50, no Brood. Secret can get lanes out. Remember, they're not mega in this game. They still have bottom barracks. They can push it out pretty fast between Monkey and Ember. I think you try and find something here. I don't think you're just complacent with trading neutral items and letting this Tiny Brood respawn for free. That said, it's obviously easier said than done when you have so much trash just pushing in your lane.
Yep, that's exactly what Quinn called it on the panel, right? You've got these spiders running at you, these illusions constantly. You have to have a way to be able to deal with it. Secret's idea was the empowered triple melee lineup, and it's still not enough.
I'm amazed at how much they found in these late game fights. The discipline and
that
target
is a huge
prioritization.
pickup. The mirror shield, I almost want to see that on the Ember Spirit, so
yeah,
you
you
can dive in a
reflect
little
the
bit
spell,
deeper.
reflect an OD spell here. Might just win you the fight.
Yeah. You know what I love? It's that Tundra. It's that they got the Pirate Hat. So as if, you know, like they already have a 38,000 net worth lead, but let's go ahead and give them a little bit of extra booster. It's actually, they actually got it on the side of Secret now too, so they can both be digging up bounty runes nonstop. Shuffling items around. I don't think is there really anybody who wants that, oh yeah, they got a Tiny, Giant's Ring Tiny.
How does Tundra always end up with a Giant's Ring? I feel like I've seen Skeeter end up with a Giant's Ring so much.
Yeah.
I doubt he's going to take it on Naga this game, but guys just always get it. Of course, we're going to wait for the Tiny respawn just to see how big this Tiny gets. Everybody
Can we see a
wants to
BKB
that.
Tiny with Giant's Ring?
The most un-tiny of all time.
Secret still need 2 more.
Oh my lord, he's a big boy.
Show him. Good God! Now that's a hero!
My keyboard.
Mamma mia!
Is that a hero? Is he bigger than Roche?
He's coming for you! Where's Roshan?
Put him in the
The
pit.
ultimate rock monster face-off!
Put him in the pit. Put Roshan in Tundra's base. We'll swap him out here. I mean, that is a visual monstrosity.
They have been inside their base so long, by the way, they haven't finished up their tier 5 items because tier 4s are also dropping for the side of Secret.
You gotta farm through them. I mean,
Yeah, they still have 1 tier 4 and 1 tier 5 left.
pretty much all you got is Fallen Sky on this Tusk. You've got that Mirror Shield. They're gonna give it to Nisha, so guess Lincoln's plus that. Trying to keep this Ember alive as much as possible. He got the Refresher too. Almost level 30. These late game team fights are not as straightforward as they used to be 20 minutes ago. Like, there is a lot of gas in the tank for Secret now because of these refresher reports coming out. Yep. Multiple Wukongs, multiple stuns, multiple EKBs, multiple ults. This is going to come down to buybacks and how much Tundra presses their advantage with the Roshans, which they're still probably going to get him, but how much does an extra Axe do for Tundra here? Not a lot. How much does an extra Refresher Shard do? Not a lot, right?
Yeah. If you're just now joining us, we're 63 minutes into game 1 of the upper bracket final here, Secret versus Tundra. You're wondering what all this craziness is going on in your screen. There's a lot of tier 5 items going into play. It's Secret who have been pretty much, it felt like they were kind of in that like 5% win chance for the last like 30 minutes, but they've held on. And the sheer perseverance, what, you think that was generous? There it is!
Very generous.
Saxa!
He is actually bigger. The glorious. I'm just basking in the beauty of this
Now
guy
he's
right
got
now.
tree volley too. That increases. The tree is huge. I feel like he's gonna throw that and knock out the ancient just with 1 punch.
I have nothing to say. I'm just admiring the beauty of watching us walk around. I don't think I've ever seen such a girthy specimen in my life, Cap. That is the beauty of Dota.
So the Secret have been holding on. Just ever so barely. And quite literally probably one of the smallest little threads you could possibly hope for. Tundra have been fully disciplined this entire time. Like, while Secret have been holding on, Tundra have not overextended, as they've seen many teams do here at this TI.
They're looking for the toss back.
They have been looking for openings and patiently letting those openings play out. Somebody walks into that spinner snare, great. Jumping into the toss back, and Lordy is coming. Here comes Saxa. Giant's Ring Saxa trying to find the opening here. The Wukong's command is going to go up. They drew out the imprisonment. The Dark Shadow is the Tiny moving out of that Wukong's command. Thanks to that imprisonment actual save once again from 9. They do have the sight, keeping that Ember Spirit. Or step him out. That's the end. Oh, he got hit by an arrow popping down. 1 pick Fake off, tree volley being used, caught, and forced to use the BKB. 2 small wins there for Tundra. A BKB down on Chrysalis and a buyback out of the Disruptor. This is what we're talking about. Tundra has just been so good at being able to just see small opportunities like this arrow. Soxa looking for an opening. Doesn't go for the toss back. Is that the imprisonment? Getting caught as he tries to jump in. Also nullified as well. Tree ball is coming in. Resolution needs to be able to get out. Zion's managed to get the kickback on his Snake King and snowballs his way out of there. Chrysalis sees an opportunity. He got about the strike, and the Static Drone will hit him off. Now he's almost dead. He's just been messing around with him, but at the same time, Tusk falls. Nisha all in and trying to chase down this OD. Last friendly for the BKB. Push by the TP out. The BKB expires. He gets caught. Socks up to finish him off with the help of 9.
This OD just way too elusive on the back end. So much help as well. And that was a refresher for this Ember. He's going to have to expend buyback here, but he is not going to have that up, which means no BKB for the full duration.
Buyback 1, buyback 2. Skewer away. Pulled out, but at the same time, a dieback on the Disruptor. Chrysalis jumps in immediately in prison. He's not going to get off the Wukong's commanding hill for it, and he's not going to have the BKB either. Starts fighting up against Skeeter. Oh, what a kickback! Right in front of the monkey getting a beautiful kick!
Buybacks here. Odie coming back in.
With the song, setting things up. They have the equipment ready to go. They're going to focus on this touch first. They know this repositioning is so damn bad for them. Come in, finishing off the Ember Spirit at 2 buyback. They're all in on being able to hit either the best RP of your life, Renzo. No! It's denied by the imprisonment. He tries to go for the boundless strike. He gets the skewer back now. But coming back into play, Chris is not going to be able to do anything. Immediately silences. That is it. Tundra. They will take this game 1. Just the most beautiful, disciplined play you could possibly hope for to see on the main stage from Tundra. They worked secret bit by bit. They wore them down until they could finally break them.
How many Astrals, how many tosses does it take to wear this secret team down? My God. I mean, it just felt like people were getting Astraled for over an hour in that game, and every single one was more annoying than the last. There's Brulines in the back, there's Naga Illusions in the back. Somehow, Rezo's finding these skewers to keep him alive, but at some point, one of those spells is gonna miss. And then the gunk just gunks you up, and it's just too much, man. Of course, Tiny's probably taking up half